80% of television news coverage is about crime and violence. We need a role model. Valentine is a superhero in the movie.
What? Superhero?
Look, I'm trying to make a movie. I need your help. I'm looking for a beautiful girl, young, good at martial arts. I think we just found her. Every producer said no to this movie. That means we have to take action and prove all of the producers wrong. We'll go out and fight crime. Get it on camera, release the teasers on YouTube.
I gotta fight for real?
Yes, for real.
What, for real?
So what do I wear?
What happened?
She's always right. Don't mess with her tonight. You know she's dynamite.
That's cute.
Good evening, people of Batavia City. I, Shadow, have darkened your city with fear. Anyone who stands against us will die in agony.
What are you doing?
We're gonna get him.
What?
Hey gals and guys, this is Christopher Motion from MyMediaHelper.com, and this time out I'm doing another superhero movie review, a free streaming movie you can find on Vudu, and I'm just spotlighting this film on its own because I actually loved this movie. It was a fun ride, actually. Now, expectations were way down below, so maybe that's why they came up here, and I had more of a fun time than I thought I would have with this film based on all the other schlock that I've watched. It's a superhero film, right? It's got those similar tropes that all superhero films have. It's kind of dumb, but in a really, really fun way. It's a martial arts movie. The choreography, the fight scenes are amazing, and that was one of the big wins for it. And the cast is pretty good. And the girl that plays the main character, Valentine, the Dark Avenger, she is very pretty and very athletic, and she kicks some ass. So I'm spotlighting this film on its own in one video because I'm highly recommending it. It's not a classic. I mean, it's not right. It's not Jurassic Park. It's not Ghostbusters. It's not even Marvel Infinity War and Dead End. I mean, it's a low budget martial arts, schlocky, kind of dumb superhero movie, but at the same time, I had major enjoyment watching this, and I'm going to bring this up in my review because I watched The Batman, and this is probably going to be an unpopular opinion. I watched The Batman around the same time I watched this. I didn't dislike The Batman. I didn't think it was a great movie. I didn't think it was as good as it was pumped up to be, what the reviews said online. I just don't think it was a very good movie. I think Valentine the Dark Avenger is much better. I like them both, but I highly recommend this, and let's get into some of the details about the film. These are some free streaming services where you can watch movies and shows. If you really wanted to, you'd never have to purchase another subscription to a streaming service ever again. There's endless content on these here sites. This is where you can put your thoughts and comments if you'd like to start a conversation. I also have links down in the description of each movie I talk about. This time out, it's just the one. This is the Vudu logo because this is the place I watched this great movie. You can also catch it on YouTube and some other streaming services, but I was too damn lazy to put in all those logos. This is a picture of Michael Knight and Kit because I grew up in the 80s and this is my video and I just wanted to put it in there. Let's take a look at this silly yet gem of a movie called Valentine the Dark Avenger. Let me start with some really good news. This movie isn't from Asylum. That means it actually has a chance to be good. There was thought and time and production values for this film. Absolutely nothing like an Asylum production.
Originally released in late 2017 as just Valentine, it gained a subtitle in its journey to the West to play off the Avenger series of films. Valentine the Dark Avenger would be the official title here in the States. Shot on what would be a rather low budget for US-based film of its kind, Valentine the Dark Avenger makes good use of Indonesia's lower costs, with every dollar spent showing through. I can't find the exact numbers of cost and return. It's hard to find a lot of information on this film as a whole. The film was released through Shout Factory Home Entertainment on DVD, Blu-ray, and major digital and VOD platforms on May 14th, 2019. Shout distributes their hit or miss films and shows. In my opinion, this is one of their hits and home runs. The company Sound Cadence produced an English dub from the Indonesian live-action film. The dub's okay, it's substantial. The Valentine character is based on a Skylar Comics character. Doing research, I didn't see specific comics devoted to the character, so I'm not sure if she was just made up for this film or if there's a comic book backstory for her. Couldn't find one that was printed. It seems that Skylar's main staple character is a character called the Vault. I did find this motion comic book trailer on the YouTube channel STRO TV from a couple months ago. It was at first unclear how this was all connected, as there really wasn't anything about Valentine on the Skylar Comics website beyond a one-shot based on the movie. If you happen to know how the dots are connected from a printed comic book aspect, please post them down in the comments. Back to STRO, I guess it's pronounced. There are motion comics of Valentine on the STRO streaming service. It is a paid service, so I didn't go in depth into watching the episodes. If you're interested in checking them out, you can go to this link, and it will also be available in the description below. That mystery was solved anyways. Let's take a look at the movie. Batavia City is a beautiful city that is no longer safely inhabited. Robbery, violence, and a variety of increasingly rampant criminality. In the midst of this chaotic city, Srimaya, Srimaya, it's spelled, a cafe waitress who dreams of becoming an actress, never thought that her dream would change her life. Her meeting with Bono, a film director, and his friend Wawan will take her on a dangerous adventure full of thrilling action with lives at stake, turning her from an ordinary girl into Batavia City heroine of hope, Valentine. I love this movie. It has many nods to the Batman franchise, but I think Valentine would put Batman to the test with her kick-ass martial arts. And speaking of Batman, I watched the Matt Reeves' The Batman shortly after this, and I was bored. I was bored of a Batman film. This probably isn't a very popular opinion, as I mentioned before, but the Batman wasn't very good. Robert Pattinson did his best staring and glaring impersonation. I found it silly. I know it's been compared to death, but the movie 7 and Silence of the Lambs, the Batman was not, but was trying to be. I didn't hate the Batman, and the only reason I brought it up is to the fact that I was more enthralled and entertained by the foreign Valentine than I was by that Hollywood Batman. Estelle Linden is an Indonesian actress born on October 19th of 1995. She entered the entertainment industry at the age of 16 in Bali. She then moved to Jakarta, I guess, and gained roles in TV series and movies. She just finished filming her latest movie, Bali Man Amar, in Bali, Indonesia, and Paris, France. For her role in this movie, she learned Balinese dance. Estelle is also a yogini. I have no idea what any of that means. She also made a short film from Stro TV. It seems that the Indonesian creative community is a tight-knit one, considering all these entertainment strings interconnect with each other. Here's the trailer to this film titled Maya. It seems psychological and spooky. Something to check out for sure. But I seem to be going off on a various degree of tangents with this review, which I often do. That's not out of the norm. American actor Matthew Settle plays the man with one leg, the man that creates the concept of Valentine for a film project that turns into a real-life superhero. I mean, as far as the story is concerned. Matthew Settle looked vaguely familiar, and looking through his IMDb credits, he's been in a number of American productions, most notably Band of Brothers, ER, Gossip Girls. He's had a very substantial career, and how odd he appears in this film, but he does a great job here. Ari Dongenkix, I don't know, it's spelled Dagienkz, portrays Wawan, I guess, a stereotypical flamboyant gay comic relief character. I'm not sure that character would fly in the politically correctness of American cinema. He plays the part of a videographer, and he captures all the heroic happenings of the title character. Now, dispense absolute belief as you would with all superhero franchises. There are 2 action pieces in this film that are absolutely brilliant that I loved. As I mentioned a couple times, I fell in love with this superhero movie and with Valentine. Definitely the character is not a Mary Sue of a character, and that makes her interesting. She is awesome but has vulnerabilities, and that's what America's cinema and Hollywood seem to have a hard time grasping recently these days. Men and women are both flawed. For some reason, Hollywood thinks that they need to portray men as complete idiots and women as godlike status. I'm talking about you, latest Star Wars trilogy, 2016 Ghostbusters, and I'm sure I can think of a lot more films. Not so much you, Marvel. You seem to keep things on an even keel. I've read both extreme reviews for the film either way, and here's a couple pulled from Amazon reviews. One that is the bad says this is the Asian movie cheaply dubbed in English. However, the write-up on Amazon says nothing of this and is a blatantly a cheap trick to sell a product. There are way too many stupid-looking costumes and poorly executed special effects. I think a group of 10-year-old kids could have made a movie better than this. I highly doubt that. The Good. Excellent movie with well-spoken but out-of-sync English overdubs. That's true. The female actors are very good, plus they can really fight. That's extremely true. We might miss the dramatic emotional segue that can be found in more expensive movies, but what is missing in garbage emotional patronizing is made up with a pretty good script and a well-edited screenplay, which I can pretty much agree with. Plus the choreography of the fights is amazing.
And that is that. This time out, I love this movie. I highly recommend this movie. Don't go in expecting a masterpiece. Go in and have just a good time. It's been said a million times before, right? Suspend belief. There's no reality-based anything in this film. It's just a fun, schlocky, good time, good ride. And I loved it. That's why I'm doing just a solo review on this particular film, because I fell in love with it that much. Maybe it was just the time that I watched it, the way I was feeling, lack of entertainment at the time. I don't know what the reasons were. I just fell in love with this movie. So I highly recommend it. So I thank you guys and gals and guys for checking out this video. And I thank you as always. I appreciate you as always. If you like this video and you like superhero movies, please subscribe if you could. Subscribers have been growing pretty well recently, so I thank you for that. Please share if you've got any fellow superhero movie buffs that would be interested in seeing this, and hit that bell for updates, and you'll get updates on my other videos. So thank you very much. I think I said that as always. I appreciate you. I think I said that as always, and I will catch you later. Bye bye.